doing
can do
here.
it.
That's fine,
You
man.
could just,
Just free flow, do your thing. And
yeah. So, is it, are we, they're
we're
both
live,
right?
you're live on YouTube, man.
You're live.
You're
Well,
live
no,
on-
we're not live.
I'm just messing,
All right.
man.
Hey, you know what?
Already laughed,
we
man.
are.
I'll tell you what we're rolling, so we're going to figure this out together. What are we going to call this? My son says I need to come up with a catchy name. Like we had come up with funny real estate investment stories. He looks at me and says, you got to come up with something. So he says, how about Stilly's Real Estate Stories?
Goofing around with real estate.
We got to come up with something. Oh, real estate. Now that's funny because you know the story that's coming.
Better to come early than late.
Goofing around. That's actually really funny when you know what we're going to be talking about. We need a catchy something.
I was leaving that up to you.
Okay, we don't. I guess we can.
Why don't we just film and then later on
We
we'll
can.
this.
We can
We
put
can
that
always
in.
insert a name later on.
Real
or
estate,
something.
don't do it.
Let's just record and and later on we'll find it. We'll figure a name out. We can always
Yeah.
add a graphic on the screen.
All right.
We can do a separate
Okay.
intro video with you just saying welcome to blank blank blank.
Right,
show.
right.
There you go.
Goofing around with real estate. I like that because it's. And what would that be? Goofing is. We're going to get to that. And no, real estate. Don't do it. Yeah, you should do it. Heck,
Why not?
why not?
Yes.
That's why we're doing this. You're retired, right? You just kind of muck around.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I don't really work, really.
I get jobs out.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I go check on the jobs
You
and
go check it. Right.
I'll order some materials and stuff.
You go to Home Depot if you want to.
Well, get appliances and stuff. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, because you can't sit in the office all day.
No, I got plenty of stuff to do.
No.
Stuff to figure out and look into. And you were saying you like buying vintage old coins. I've gotten back into that, buying gold and silver. And,
Do you?
Yeah, it's just researching other things about what's going on in the world, have an interest, expanding your mind to recognize that what we hear in the mainstream media is propaganda, and it's not really the truth.
This is all going to get cut. I don't want to lose half the audience when we haven't even started. But I'm with you. We're both with you. You are in
Searching out alternate
Now,
media sources on YouTube.
Just for the
most of
record,
it.
though, Tony voted for Biden. But he regrets it,
I regret. Yeah.
and we won't hold it against you.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Cool.
So
It's
anyway.
okay, Tony. He'll forget all about it.
Okay, that's right.
That's right. Eventually, when I get old enough, I'll forget it too. I'm just hoping the courts won't prosecute me for it because I'm too old.
Biden might vote for you next time.
How about it?
He gets in that. No.
He's
So
not
here's-
dead yet.
I have a question. As we get started with this, and it's for everybody here. Do you have a mic on? You don't, do you?
Well, I'm sorry.
You don't have a mic on.
please.
I got a mic.
You are.
There's a mic right here, so
So it'll pick you up.
Yep.
Okay, I have a question for you. And it's preempted because, well, it was a couple days ago. One of the tenants, one of our customers, they're tenants, but they're our customers, called me at 6:30 on a Tuesday evening. And you know, this is when you get phone calls. You don't get them between 9 and 5. That doesn't happen.
Well, fortunately, you've got tenants that are working, so they're coming home and realizing they have a problem.
But this particular couple does not.
Oh.
They just woke up.
They, for various reasons,
They're on the 24-hour clock.
for various reasons, they had to call me at 6:30 on a Tuesday late afternoon to say, quote, Ron, the faucet just fell off. Okay, the faucet just fell off.
Did it make a noise?
I don't know. I wasn't there. It's like if the tree falls in the forest and nobody's there, did it make noise? I don't know. I wasn't there.
That's the point. At least they were there to hear the faucet fall off. You know, it wasn't the
Yes,
tree
I
in the
could ask
forest.
them. Did it make any noise? But that wasn't my first question. What would your first question be?
Is there water shooting all over the place?
That was my third question.
Are
Yeah.
you slow?
Yeah, no, because I didn't really.
Yeah.
I wasn't terribly concerned. My initial question was, and we're going to call her Brenda. Brenda, how did the faucet just fall off?
I know.
Faucets don't just. What are you ordering Domino's over there?
I thought the first one would have been, excuse me?
No, it's like Wanda.
Yeah.
Well, Brenda.
Brenda.
Is the name. Gonna edit
Call
that
her
out.
Wanda.
It's not-
Brenda, Wanda, whatever.
Brenda.
Who has a sister named Wanda.
No, yeah, who knows? It's like how. When I get done with this is good. It's how did the faucet just? Tony, have you ever had a faucet just fall off in your house?
No.
You're
Somebody-
walking-
Somebody knocked it off. Somebody
You-
broke it off. Somebody did something to make
No,
it
no, no,
fall.
let's not go there yet. No, because that was not the insinuation. The phone call was very clear. I understand English. The faucet fell off. So I'm going
All
on the
by
premise,
itself. All by itself. It just
just fell off. So you're walking down the hall. Have you ever walked into the kitchen and the faucet just fell off?
Look,
I have one
I
laying there, yeah. I've been on the receiving end of that, yeah.
It just fell off.
Well, that's the story I've got too.
Okay, see, but this is it. Isn't this kind of interesting? I'm like, so, did your wife ever walk into the kitchen and, hey, hon, the faucet just fell off? Had that ever happened?
No, never.
No, never happened.
No.
Charlie,
Not
ever,
reasonable people.
did your wife ever call you, hon, come in here, the faucet just fell off?
not unless she was going to throw it at me.
Well, okay, well, that wouldn't be fall off, that would be removed. Removed, and that's where the pipe wrench.
Temporarily repositioned.
Yes, I like that, and there would be a tool involved with that. I'd be very concerned more about the pipe wrench that took off the faucet than the faucet itself, because
Or
something's
the blowtorch or whatever.
any of those objects are coming in your way in a demonstrative fashion. Okay. But a faucet doesn't just fall off. I've not ever seen fall. I've never had. We have lots of properties, right? You have lots of property. I have lots of kitchen faucets. Have you ever had one? Have you ever had? Go to one of your places. You're walking down the hallway, and the faucet just fell off.
I know. It's like a Disney movie, Mickey Mouse or something, and it's just dancing faucets.
Right? So then, of course, I'm like, okay, Brenda, faucets don't just fall off. How did it just fall off? And you start getting verbiage. And of course, then the next question is, yes, okay, is there water spraying all over the kitchen? I got to it. Took a little while, but I got to it. Is there water? Because you have the vision, don't you?
I had Three Stooges vision.
Yes, and
Curly.
it's like,
Curly.
yeah, because the force,
And then Mo goes over to try to do something that gets him right in the face.
okay, because then of course Billy jumped in to try and keep it from spraying all over the place. Now you have Billy and Brenda with a faucet that just fell off, and they're trying to fix it. Now
Putting their hand over it.
they don't have tools. How are you trying to fix it? Well, he put a towel over it. Okay, so
Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
So-
the valve
Hang
under the
tight.
cabinet wasn't available to
yeah,
them.
no, come on,
Please.
come on, easy there.
Give them a break.
I mean, a towel at least restricts the flow from hitting the ceiling. Maybe. When the thing fell off, this water had to go somewhere.
Are they on the second floor?
They're on the first floor,
Oh, okay.
and there's a basement underneath with all of our stuff.
Your stuff or their stuff?
Our stuff, which has been bathed, let's say, a couple times. It's cleansed
So many
even.
power tools.
It's, power tools and wood that now is taking on a whole different type of life form because of all the moisture that it's absorbed through the years. However, that we digress.
Digress. Put the black mold aside for a moment.
Let's put the black mold aside for a second. Yes, we have now Billy trying to fix the faucet with a towel.
Has he considered reaching for the shut-off valve?
Nowhere in the thought process did that enter their
They
mind.
went for the phone first.
They went for the phone.
Went for the phone, yeah.
Go for the phone. That's how I would fix it, right? Go for the phone. Tony, how would you fix a broken faucet? Remember, it just fell off.
But there was a sponging water all over.
That is, well, no, because he put a towel
Oh,
over
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm sorry.
The towel
I'm sorry.
has exacerbated.
I'm sorry.
It has restricted the water
I forgot. He
flow.
almost graduated from plumbing school now. There's
Yes,
the
no,
towels
he's
there.
a
the stuff.
certified plumber. We
There
have
you
a
go, yeah.
towel fixing
You
this.
figure when you clean out a sink tank, you put the towel over the hole before you plunge it down. I mean,
Yes.
that's what he was thinking.
Exactly.
He was almost there.
This is plumbing
He was
101.
like 50% right.
Right, no.
You needed a
absolutely.
towel.
You go to Plumbing 101, this is one of the first. Pipe wrench,
You were
get,
going to use a towel
get those
eventually.
tools out of here.
were
You
gonna
need
use
a
the
towel.
You were going to use the towel eventually. You just used it prematurely.
Yes. It's like, we weren't thinking straight. Shut off
Well, I
valves.
know.
Please, go primitive. Towel. So, it's okay. All right. Brenda, faucets don't just fall off. I've had faucets in my houses for years. Never had one just fall off. You can drop a pot on a faucet, it's going to have a hard time falling off. So,
No, pot's getting stronger these days.
this is true. You
can
get
tell.
some of those kettles, man. I mean, if they beat you over the head with them, that's sure something's gonna break. So we have water leaking out all over something, and we
Your
don't know.
stuff in the basement.
Well, we know at least my stuff in the basement. And on the plus side, the cabinet under that it's encased in, that's getting cleaned. We know that.
And it's not gonna have a bottom left by the time it's done either.
Well, these are small details. So yeah, the
Well,
part
it
of
helps with the drainage into the basement.
absolutely, because now the stuff underneath in the basement is getting the mold washed. At least I'll go down there and put
Hey,
some soap on.
there is a benefit here.
I didn't even think about that. I
You
should.
should have thanked them.
But is this the couple that has the alligator? Because the alligator needs the water.
No. That's a whole different.
That's a whole new thing.
It's a whole nother house, and it's a whole
Yeah.
other story. Yeah.
They're waiting for the hippopotamus to come in.
Yeah, well, we're going to get to that one day. We will. But so I had to explain to her, okay, how much is it leaking right now? Well, not bad, because the towel has been beneficial. Okay, it's at least slowed it down, and it doesn't leak that bad if you don't turn it up that much. Okay, so
I thought
Turn
the
it
valve.
up.
I
Oh,
thought
she
the
can
valve
turn
turned
it
off. What are they turning now?
So it's just the spigot that's broken.
see, now I'm on the phone. These are details I am not privy to.
Oh,
Okay, all I have to go on here is the faucet fell off and it's leaking.
These sound like the messages I get from the property management company.
Okay,
They don't understand mechanical.
yeah, there are terms
They don't know
here.
to ask probing questions.
No, right.
Yes. So when you say water's, the
faucet fell
broke
off.
But you can turn it off, that would beg me to ask the next question. You turn the shut-off valve off, or you turn the spigot off? And then I'd have a better idea what they broke.
And then you also want to ask, so where's the water actually leaking? Because now we have multiple choices,
I'd be really alarmed if it was going upstairs.
which was a possibility.
I don't know.
This would not be the first time these two have called me. At one of the times,
Are they recreational marijuana?
I don't know. Maybe they should be.
Maybe they should.
maybe
That
medical.
way they'd spend
Because-
more time eating and sleeping and not messing with the
Because
faucet.
I have had a phone call from them anxiously telling me, I need to get over there. There's water effing everywhere. As we will discuss later. It's everywhere because the PEX underneath the sink, it popped. It's not supposed to, but they do. You ever have one pop?
I've had rats eat through it. They love eating it.
Well, that's interesting. Okay.
They love Romex and they love PEX.
Well, the PEX, I've never had one eat through it, but the result is the same.
Yes.
There's a lot of water everywhere. I guess if they eat a little whole, it's just then spitting. It's not as voluminous as
Could
when
be,
it.
depends how big the rat is.
Well, I guess so. If they just really take a good chunk out of it, it's like beef jerky. You know, take it just and then.
It would be great if they hit the electrical wire first.
Or after with the water running. Doesn't really matter.
It'd be like a National
Well,
Lampoon Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, I tell you what, you solve one
Dinner.
problem right away there.
Dinner.
Now all you have is an electrical problem and a plumbing problem. You don't have an extermination problem.
That's right.
They saved that part of the deal
Well,
They
for you.
did.
It depends.
See,
on
they're
how
saving
many
you money
mice or
already.
rats you have.
What's that?
Depends how many mice or rats you have.
This is true. Well, you got rid of one. The one that did the damage is suffering the consequences of his actions.
Hold them accountable. If we
He's
could
being
just-
held
We
accountable.
could just do that with some
If
of
the
rats.
electric is hot and he takes a chunk out of the pipe, the PEX, there's water, there's electricity, you have now dinner.
That's
It's
right.
fried for you already.
I've just lost my appetite.
Tastes like chicken.
Probably.
So, but, okay. So, but in either case, you have a lot of water. They called me, the PEX had snapped, water,
I
every.
thought they broke the faucet off.
This was before, because it's the same people. That just, because the faucet, remember, we're talking about, the faucet just fell off. And just like the PEX just fell apart.
I think they threw something under the cat.
Well, you can't presume these things. You can't presuppose such things.
Okay.
You can't
Presume.
make these assumptions.
Yes.
You can't. No, they might just been, you know, all those pots and pans stacked in all kinds of directions, jammed underneath that kitchen sink, and
Why
the
didn't we shove
knives.
it farther?
I mean, when it fits fine. You can't presuppose something got broke when they were jamming that door shut. You
And then
can't.
latched it closed afterwards?
Well, it didn't really close. But if you hit it hard enough, you run into the living room to watch TV, problem solved, right? So that really couldn't have been the issue.
No, I don't think it
I don't
was.
think it was the issue. So the PEX just fell off, just like the kitchen faucet just fell off. And I remember Billy called. He's hysterical. You can hear him on the phone. The water is gushing everywhere in the kitchen. And I said, "Have you tried turning the shutoff off?" Expletive, expletive, expletive. Where is the expletive, expletive? Under. Okay, so we finally got that problem solved. And then eventually I got there. Suffice to say, the kitchen floor was really clean. Really clean.
Another benefit, saving you money
I'm
again.
telling you what. And all my stuff in the basement,
Really clean.
all it needed was soap and a towel. So, the faucet, I asked her, okay, how high, where's this water coming from? It only, again, remember, it only leaks real badly when you turn the water on full. So I'm like, okay, where's this water really coming out of?
Exactly.
I said, all right now, is it leaking? No. Okay. Now we know, okay, so it has to do with the valves, not the faucet. Details, remember? These are things you would
Probing
like.
questions.
Probing questions get succinct answers. So now I know, okay, keep the towel on it, and I'll have Alfonso or myself will swing by, we'll take a look at it. I happen to be there the next
Tomorrow morning,
when I get around to it.
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Something like that. I
Did you
don't
bring a
have
bathing suit, or did you
morning-
just?
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, you're not a morning person.
I'm not a
You
morning
weren't sure what
person.
you're going to walk into. You know, fishing boots, something up to
Galoshes,
the.
yeah, now you gotta bring waders,
Yeah,
fishing
waiters,
pole, who
yeah.
knows? you
Stop
know?
by Orvis on the way there,
I
pick up
tell
some
you,
gear.
I didn't even think, gosh, I could have caught dinner, do some fishing.
Try to golf a little bit, but you
Well, you know what? I've already got the water, I could put some sand over there. Kitchen's the 18th hole.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, right.
You know?
Throw a log there. You know,
Make a
grow
fo-
some toads. You can have frog
I'll
legs.
tell you what, make a campfire, got the whole deal going. Didn't even, see, these are the
All
things
these
that,
things.
this is why I have other people involved in projects. You get more ideas. So yeah, I swung by the next day in the afternoon to find, there's the cap you screw on to the faucet head.
Right.
It had fallen off,
That must have been a Three Stooges episode.
which is interesting
The
because
screw was loose again, right?
the thing about that.
We're
Behind the
talking
nut.
about Wanda again?
Here's the problem with
Magic wand.
that. Yeah, because have you ever had you've had to take one off, right? Can you just take it? No, you can't. You need tools to take this thing off. How did that just fall off? Tom, how did that just fall? Have you ever seen one of those, it's the nut at the top.
Yeah, you need the long stem
You need,
remover tool.
you
and
need
all
a,
of it.
now it's right there on the top. I'll give them that. It's at the top of the two-handle faucet. It sits right on the hub.
So where was the rest of the handle?
It was all still intact. Everything was intact.
And it just came off
But that piece at the top
for the stem.
for the stem, because you have the hub and then the faucet head. So the stem right there, that piece just came off. You need pipe wrench or
Well,
extended
you need the stem,
pliers.
You need the stem removal.
Yeah, and you've to screw that thing off.
Yes.
Yeah, because I walked in and Billy says, "Yeah, look, it just fell off," and he turns the water, and sure enough, Old Faithful, there we go. That's what it is, and I'm like, how did that just fall off? Woof, and I don't know. Okay, so we've established that.
Well, hey, at least you didn't need any more parts.
Yeah, not yet anyway. It's
Oh, it keeps going.
well, it's still there. This was only a few days ago.
Oh, give him time again.
I'm
Wait till he messes with the shower.
I'm thinking, oh gosh, please. Let me think, have they ever? Not yet.
Yeah. Don't put any ideas in their head here.
No, right. I think from now on, it's
Keep
like,
the bad karma out of this story.
yeah. No, I think, so I've got to go over there, and I'll probably run over there tomorrow. I have to be in
good,
town
thanks.
for some reason. Yeah. And I've got to fix this.
You haven't fixed it yet.
No.
You didn't fix his kitchen sink yet?
The faucet.
You didn't fix it yet.
It's only a couple days. Remember, he's got a towel on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Remember?
That's fine. That's fine.
No.
That's different.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I can just use the hot water.
And
all the time.
remember, I showed him, hey, remember, you can always shut the water off underneath the sink. And I opened it, looks like a kid's closet. Stuff comes falling out of there. I'm not going in there. I don't know what's in there. I don't know what lives in there. I don't know what you store.
We've established that rats like to bite the
I could
stuff
be
that's
rats getting ready to eat the pecks. I'm not going in there. But if you garner up the courage, you can stick your hand in there, and that valve in the back, trust me, it's there. Believe. You turn it, it'll shut the water off, and it will no longer create Old Faithful in your kitchen. So I told him, those are your two options. And I'll swing by, or I'll have Alfonso swing by one of these days.
Now, have you gotten called back like 3 or 4 times for the same issue yet?
On other properties, or this
No,
one?
just that one.
This one, no.
Same people, same issue.
No, they.
Oh well, that
No, see, this is why.
These are great people then.
Yeah, and I also know it's not an emergency.
Yeah, see,
Come on.
I had one person downstairs kept calling, water coming through the ceiling onto her sofa again. I go upstairs, and yep, water all over the floor.
Yeah.
What's going on? Oh, the toilet overflowed. Oh, okay.
Toilet just overflowed.
No, just overflowed.
Just overflowed. It happens, you know. It just
yeah,
overflows.
nothing's in it.
No,
Oh, no,
no, didn't put anything in it either.
nope. Nope. Okay. Well, I can't clear it. Oh, time to take the toilet off. Are these your scissors?
In the toilet, in the line, in the like
Jammed on the outgoing
No,
to the main.
they're like the kitchen faucet.
I don't know how that got there.
I have no idea.
That's your responsibility to fix that.
Yeah.
At least
Well,
that's
of
what I
course.
was told.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put it back on.
Yeah.
Well, then I finished doing that, and then I drove 15 miles back to the project I was working on by myself because it was COVID, because you couldn't get anybody to work.
Yes.
And we were good. All right, bill them for it. Week later, another call from the person downstairs.
Same person.
Got water coming through the ceiling. Go upstairs. Water's all over the floor. Anything in the toilet? Oh, God, no.
No, no way.
Well, something's in the toilet. Flip it upside down. Yeah, there's this plastic smiley face kid thing blocking it again.
But they didn't put it in there.
No. And,
See-
and once I found it, I left the toilet upside down
Yeah.
and told them that they could take it out, and I left for my job.
There you go. Yeah.
And guess what?
Huh.
That was the last time they clogged the toilet.
No. No, see, that's not what happened. Here's what happened. The scissors were getting ready to go out that night. They had a party.
They had a
This
ball.
They were
this was
getting
the
ready.
plastic thing.
They were getting ready for the
This
ball.
toy.
See, they were getting ready for the ball. The ball and the scissors were going out. See, and what happened is when you took the scissors out of the toilet, the
It
ball
left
got
the ball.
upset
Okay.
and went and
Committed suicide.
took itself home. Okay, so it went and hid. And the scissors decided, well, you took them out, and they were all upset, so they didn't go anywhere. And then the next week, it was, the ball decided, well, I'm going to go out. But it had to go to the bathroom before it left.
That's right.
So it jumped in the toilet. And that's how it got in there.
That's right.
Because
Well,
you know your
Well,
customers
he
don't do this.
couldn't flush it himself.
How did he do that?
I don't know.
Was that helped by the scissors?
I don't know.
Well, he's a
Without
ball.
the
He can
scissors,
jump.
how did he cut it? You know, I mean, did you
Well, he's a ball. He could jump on the
Oh, there you
rim.
go. Yeah, there you go.
So he got done, hit the handle, and went
And
into
went-
the
yeah,
toilet.
that's what it was.
So that's how it happened.
There it is.
There it is. Because you know the people didn't put it in there.
No.
I've never had. We've had a plastic cup in a toilet. Plastic cup. Put a plastic cup in a toilet. See how long your toilet will function.
Hell of a drink.
Well, yeah, no, right? It doesn't. It doesn't. And of course, they have no idea how that happened. It's
course
amazing. They don't know how this happened.
But you know what? They figured out how to stop it from happening after they had no bathroom for 2 days.
It's called plausible deniability.
Well, that's what the tub is for. See, you can.
The women didn't like that idea.
Yeah, but you know,
And it's a little challenging with number 2.
yeah. We know how that all gets taken care of, but no. But it's it's just interesting to me. We don't know how these things happen.
No.
Faucets just fall off. Toilets just magically get
Have you
jammed
ever,
up.
you ever pulled a shirt out of the toilet yet?
Shirt out of a toilet. I've had
Man.
real small T-shirts.
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm talking a teenager shirt.
Oh, teenager shirt, full size shirt. No, I've had like a
You've missed
toddler's-
out.
I guess I have. Well, now let's think about this. A regular toddler's T-shirt, albeit thin, right, with the onesie.
Oh, that'll go
It's got
down,
the
no
onesie.
problem.
It'll get so far. It gets so far, and then it doesn't. And then I think it produces the same results as a full blown out flannel shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, but how does
I
it
don't
get
know.
there? How did it get there?
It might be a new kind of
Well, I
toilet.
asked Jose
They
that.
have the toilets that flush you. Maybe this one sucks it out of you. So maybe the T-shirts.
Maybe
it's a
that's
whole
what it
new one.
is.
They're experimenting with a new kind of
A new
toilet.
they've bought new toilets and haven't told us. They're suction-based toilets. You don't even have to flush them. They work by themselves.
You don't have to
I love
sit
this.
down,
They're the
just stand
waterless
over it.
kind.
Huh?
The waterless kind.
They're waterless kind of.
Yeah.
Wow, they just suck the stuff out of you.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I got the shirt out for Jose, and we were good. And he called the following week. He said he was still having a problem. So I'm like, what the heck? It's not up here. And so I start running the hot water. and I start going in the basement, feeling the pipes. I'm like, warm here, cold here.
Same pipe.
It's in the middle of a pipe in the basement.
Yeah.
There's no clean out. I can't get anywhere. Break out the Sawzall.
Oh,
Ouch.
it's serious. When you need a Sawzall, it's gotten serious.
And I open the pipe up and I look in. I'm like, is that what I think it is? Who's that? He looks in. He's like, that's where that got to.
Oh, I've been looking for that.
Oh,
Trombone mouthpiece.
I thought I was going to say,
Estaba mirando para la cama.
Trombone mouthpiece.
no me camisa.
I asked him if he wanted it back for the kid. He
No,
doesn't
it's-
take trombone anymore.
Yeah,
no,
no.
it's me camisa.
Well, he doesn't take trombone anymore. I wonder why. Yeah, he can.
Well, he could now.
He can. Yeah, there you go.
You want it back?
Just put it back on.
You want
Should
it
work
back?
just fine. I mean, it's just
You might want
waterlogged.
to clean
it's
it up
not-
a bit.
Maybe a little.
Before putting your mouth on
I
it.
don't know. You might get a cool sound. You might have one of those musical moments where you have that
You might get something growing
identify.
on your lip in a week if you put that in your mouth.
Yeah, but you know what? For the trade-off, you might have that one in a every now and then musical sound that breaks through. It's like that sound that just everybody knows. It's like the Eddie Van Halen guitar. It's Brian May's guitar. It's that Boston sound.
The Bob Marley moment.
The Bob. There you go.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when they were taking the trombone back to the place.
Yeah.
Where's the missing
Trombone.
pieces?
Where's the horn?
Where's the missing pieces?
And it would be like the faucet.
It'll show up.
And nobody knew how it got there.
No, of course, but this is what I'm saying. We go back to the faucet just fell off. The piece just fell in the toilet. The plastic cup just fell into the toilet and clogs these things.
What?
The ball just went into the toilet. But we know how we've established the ball and the scissors jumped in by themselves.
I know. I mean, M. Night Shyamalan would love your guys' properties for all the, just the background they have out there. He wouldn't have to pay for any of it. He would
No.
Make a suspense movie and there it is.
There it is. See?
Save 'em a lot of money.
Yeah. It's a mystery story because
It is.
the thing is, it's the whodunit.
That's right.
Whodunit.
Well,
That's right.
that reminds me of when you get the call from the fire marshal.
I've had
It's like,
Ah.
who did it this time? Who set the alarm off? What happened? Jose's wife announced that we needed to get her a new stove. This was after the fire marshal called. I said, "Oh, what happened?" Well, she
This
turned. She
sounds
turned
like
it
a
on
popcorn.
to-
I'm
she
gonna
turned it
have a
on to
chip.
preheat, but she never looked inside before
Oh.
she did that.
Whoops.
She doesn't have any Tupperware anymore.
See, I would have thought there would have been a ball, scissors, and a trombone piece in the stove, but no.
And a shirt.
No, sure.
But
They're all getting together to
but
go
I
out.
was supposed to buy a new stove.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to buy a new stove after she melted her Tupperware in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't. I said that one was on you.
Yeah. Oh, you cruel.
I know. But they got the church to pay for it.
Okay, that makes perfectly good sense.
And it was okay because that
Can
was
I hear it,
before the
man?
church had gotten them the sofa.
Because who put the Tupperware in the oven, in the stove? Nobody knows, I'll bet
No,
you.
they
They fessed up?
It just wasn't their fault.
Oh, it wasn't their fault?
Just
Okay.
wasn't their
All right. Well, that's understandable. You put something in the stove and you forget about it. These things happen.
They do.
You put scissors in the toilet.
I wanna
and
know-
Forget about it.
What happened to their kitchen sink? Because we put a replacement kitchen in there, opened up the walls, put a new sink in, and we got a call like 3-4 months later, the sink's leaking.
See, it kind of like the faucet broke. It fell
Well,
off.
yeah,
it
but-
fell off.
But this sink got stabbed to death.
The sink.
The sink got stabbed to death.
Ouch.
Yeah, it got stabbed
The sink got stabbed
to death.
to death.
This is the
This-
same family as the
Trombone mouthpiece and the shirt.
and the shirt. Oh, not the.
They have
not
11
the
kids.
Not the Tupperware in the stove.
That's her too.
Oh, can I have an amend, please?
So the sink got stabbed to
Stabbed
death.
to
So
death.
first
Yeah.
off, you're presupposing the sink was actually alive.
It isn't now.
Okay, so how? Tom,
There's no-
how
there's no
how
explanation.
did the sink get stabbed to death?
There was no explanation.
Were there stab marks in the sink?
Yes.
Okay. Was it
They
a
did not leave the
was it a
knife in
fishing? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Jose goes out fishing for the day, comes home. He's going to clean dinner, and
Yeah,
he's got his
that's right.
fishing knife, and he's chopping the head and
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
like you
I know.
scale. No.
I'm asking, where's the freezer?
Okay, so what did this? I'm curious. What does a stab to death sink look like?
A colander.
Okay, so
It functions the same.
I was gonna. So the water underneath the sink is acting as a strainer. So you could take your spaghetti
And
and,
just throw it
literally
into
put it
the-
in the sink.
Yeah.
And
And then
you know,
the 10 kids can come and just
just
what
take the spaghetti right out of the sink.
Wow.
Gosh, yeah,
They were very nice people, though.
I think Kohler should be all over this.
Yes.
Kohler making
it
faucet,
was a
sink
proj-
strainers. It's
It
all
was
in
a-
one bit.
It was a project source.
Okay. See.
Yeah.
And it probably already had a patent. Somebody probably already had it.
Yeah. I don't think they liked the project source sink. I think they wanted a better sink.
Wow.
That's what it was. That's how I would go about getting a better sink.
Well, maybe that's how stuff just falls off.
Well, when you buy cheap stuff, yeah, it gets stabbed to death.
But we don't buy cheap stuff.
Buy cost-effective things, depending on where it is.
Now there
some
it is.
items-
Yeah, we're frugal.
Some
Yes,
Some items you spend more money on. Other
we're
items you
frugal, Tom. We're not cheap. We're frugal. We're cost
There
conscientious.
you
don't. Well,
go.
when you got a ton of stuff to do,
Unlike our government, you know.
That's right.
you got to stretch your buck.
You
We
know
have-
what? If
We
I
have the
can,
mini mansion and the trailer park versions of
well,
your
if I can
sinks
get
here,
it in the
please.
scratch and dent aisle, I'm certainly going to get it.
Depends where the dent is.
Exactly. And even, hey, look, because here's what we already know. It's probably going to get stabbed to death. So we're giving it a head start. That's all.
That's all.
That's all. We're helping them feel better about it. and here's how you do it.
Let's
If you
go.
strike it just right, you create a proper
right.
cavernous slash to allow the water to go through, leaving the spaghettis
It's wonderful.
and the noodles in the sink.
You're removing all the guilt. It's wonderful.
Absolutely. You know, and that's what it's about. Because when somebody calls and says, the faucet fell off, you don't want to just automatically blow up and scream, how did you break the faucet?
That's right.
That's not the proper
They may
response.
not have
not.
done anything wrong.
They may not have. The scissors fall into toilets all the time. I know I've never had scissors fall into my toilets.
Huh.
But your properties are different.
Must be, yeah. Must be something in the water in the Quaker.
I don't
area.
know. Maybe so.
Yeah.
You know, these things happen. Balls they fall into toilets all the time without kids putting them in there. Plastic cups, oh, come on. That's understandable. They just fall in. Although I have to say, in this particular case, it literally did just fall in the toilet. However, you know those stands you put above the toilet so that you can put everything you
That-
own?
Could fall into the toilet.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you have
Towels,
one of everything there.
soap,
Yeah.
balls, toys, toothpaste, toothbrushes,
Nail
Yeah.
polish.
nail polish remover,
That
paint
little-
thinner,
that little-
WD-40,
That little cap that's going to just get stuck in the
All of
pipe
this.
that you can't plunge through.
the cup that you rinse with when the sink is over there. But that's all on that rack. And when the kids rattle the toilet, it all comes cascading down and falls in the toilet.
There it is.
And by chance, this one, the plastic cup literally did. Fell off, in, and then stuff, and then the kid. Now, of course, we can't blame any ute for not paying attention to see the floating cup with, Dino and Fred Flintstone floating in the toilet. No, we gave it a good flush, a hearty
Well, it makes it
flush.
disappear.
Well,
Problem's
yeah,
gone.
problem gone. I like that.
right.
That's
Problem's gone
that's what
now.
he was problem solving. We should give him a ribbon.
No, we should
should.
make
He
him
was-
a government official.
Please, he'd be productive. He'd actually do something.
He did something. He
Yeah.
solved the problem.
It's gone.
He made it go away.
That's right.
Go away.
He did.
Mommy
They
won't like
fixed it.
that. Flush.
Flush. There you go. And that way,
I didn't do it. Flush.
it's gone. So, yeah.
That's right.
So
Did you
that
put a ball
problem,
in the toilet? No.
Yeah. But suffice to say, we had to remove much of the toilet, obviously, and even some of the piping. It was embedded in the sewer line. But so I'm still, as we speak, I still have to go deal with Billy and Brenda's faucet that fell off.
Oh, that was last week.
What's today? Today
Friday.
is Friday. That would have been early Tuesday. It was Tuesday.
Oh.
So it's been this way since Tuesday.
You think they'll be a little more careful going forward?
Why would they?
I don't know. Gave him a few days to steam
Maybe they'll
off.
be a little more careful so that they have to deal with it a little longer.
No. Then, if they need a pot of water, you have a tub. You just go in the tub, get a pot of water, and remember, there's a towel. There's a towel. You jam a towel on that, you can crank that mug up, and it's like hold it tight. Hold her down, Nate.
Come out
She's
and
a bucking. Brenda, get in here. Hold the towel. It's working its way to the ceiling.
We gotta do the
take
dishes.
you take a towel and a bowl and you push down on that.
They might need one of the kids to stand on that thing so they get the dishes done at dinner.
You know, that's a good idea. Yes, and maybe that might happen. But you know, they showed me it's the cap that just you have to screw off with a pipe wrench. Well, they got that off, so I just have to go and reattach that.
Why don't they reattach it?
They only know how to take it off.
He had this no.
No?
No.
He wouldn't want to do that.
Well, I don't want them to do that.
Oh.
I've seen how they fix stuff.
Taking things apart?
Yeah, I'll go. I've got to go and do something in town. I'll swing by and put it back on so that it doesn't just fall off again.
Yeah, but what about all your stuff in the basement?
It's already been wet once or 3 times,
Okay.
so
You'll just wait for him to move and throw it all in the trash in the house.
pretty much. I've kind of moved anything that was of worth any value under that area. The stuff that remains, yes, will one day just be relocated to a trash bin. So, but there you
Maybe
go.
they could blow a pool down there. You know, they could just have an indoor pool later on with it.
You know, that is not a bad idea.
Kiddie pool. You can blow it up.
We were talking about creating a golf course. I could just make it downstairs.
Yeah.
Call it the 19th hole. Put a bar down there. They're going to fill it up
Pool
with
in there.
water.
Throw some sunfish in there.
There you go. This way, next time the rat. or
Watch out for the
pets-
rafters when you're casting in there.
And it's, you know, throw some ice in it if we want. With the
Oh,
beverage in it. Have cold beverages with the
Wow.
fish. We'd be good to go.
man.
So,
Viking Alaskan tours. Who knows?
there you go. You don't even have to go anywhere.
That's right.
Just go downstairs. So, anyway, the faucet just fell off. I will go and fix it. And that's that.
That's this weekend's job for you?
That's, yeah, I'll go deal with that tomorrow.
Oh, it's good you got right on that.
So, not that big a deal. There you go. Okay. How long was that?
That was about 45 minutes.
Perfect.
It's about 5 minutes after you get done editing it.
So,
That was good, guys.
so
Awesome.
that's
Very
so
nice.
we can use that.
Yep.
We'll use that one.
That was good.
All right. You can keep rolling tape. So here's what we want to do.
Okay.
It's 4:45 then.
It's almost 4 o'clock.
Oh, 4 o'clock. We got an hour.
Got an hour.
All right.
You can bring our special guest in.
I didn't even mention our special guest.
You didn't even introduce the guy.
So we have to mention our special guest.
And why don't you guys introduce everybody too?
So-
Introduce yourself. Introduce Tom. Introduce everybody.
All right, so I'll do that now, but this is, and we'll cut this into the other part. So we have to mention our special. This is the special guest.
Okay.
See, and you can tell he just got back from Panama. That's why he's sporting a.
I think he should be in the middle. He's all over there by himself.
Yeah, but he wants to. He's kind of a recluse. He's reading. He's not interested in what we're doing. He's reading a copy of my book.
Well,
By
he's
the way,
obviously interested.
these are all
He's
my.
reading.
This is a copy of my book, 7 Stories of Real Estate: The Funny Things That Happen. And yes, you can buy it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. It's in ebook form. You can go online and you can check it out and buy it. And I very much appreciate it if you do that for me, because our special guest has done that. See, now he got a little sunburn. You can see his face is red. So he's.
Is he bald?
He is bald.
His head
He's
looks
bald.
pretty red.
Yes, and he's conscientious about his skin. He has psoriasis, so he's always going to
He's
have.
wrapped all the way up head to toe.
He is. Yes.
It is, yeah.
He's protecting his skin, but he's not interested in participating with us.
There you go.
He's just kind of
It's
sitting
a nice
there.
vest he's got going.
That's
on.
very nice.
He's got his little pet reindeer
Nice
with him,
shirt.
sniffing him, and that's,
Yeah, I know the reindeer is very interesting. What he's got going on over there.
don't
It's
ask.
like I'm not asking. It's like as long as I don't hear
just got
anything.
back from Panama, don't
Yeah,
ask.
as long as and as long as my back end doesn't get wet, we'll call it all good back there. We're gonna let it go.
Just hope the valve doesn't fall off.
Yeah, I hope the valve doesn't fall off. Right. But yes, this is Tom Gillis and
Greetings all.
and Charlie Corrigan. And these are cronies of mine. Charlie and I study Spanish together, and we've been doing that for some time. And Tom and I have known each other doing real estate for, oh my gosh.
20?
Please don't
Wow.
don't say
That's
that
great.
out loud. Don't say it out loud.
I think so.
We can think it. Don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
20 años. Ay, ay, ay.
Yes.
That I have all my hair in its original color
Absolutely.
is a testament there's a living
Wait,
God.
you used to have a lot longer hair and you look just like Rod Stewart when I first met you.
No, he looks just like me.
Exactly.
So
Depends on how you.
it's all a matter of perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some things never change. That's
Neither one of you need money, so what the hell is the
Yeah,
difference?
no, right? And it's like when people ask me, "Don't you wish you had his money?" I say to them, "Have you? No, I don't."
That's great, dude.
So, alrighty. We good? We should have enough to
We're good.
put it all together
We're
there.
good. That's perfect. That's
All
great
right.
intro.
So
Great,
now,
great intro. Awesome.
what I want to do is take that board, put it up here.
Okay.
Okay, let's do that.
You guys doing great, by the way.
I was wondering what this
You
white
guys
is all
it's
about.
really doing. Bob, doing great, man. It's really
You know,
looking good.
we'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. Should I change his face or anything about
He
him?
smiles too much. You know, maybe if you had a Sharpie and you drew a...
Here's the reason I'm not doing a face. We vacillated about this. First off, faces get difficult and complex. Then I continually have to change a face. I can move his arms around. I could do this with him right now.
Yeah.
I'll remove the book and do this and let the body expressions do everything. Like my son said, this stupid thing might be the gimmick that becomes something.
He's not stupid. He resents that remark.
You should be filming this.
I'm
Oh,
recording
you
it.
are?
It's all. It's all
Okay,
me.
he resents
We're got it,
this.
man.
He res-
I think you're hurting the poor guy's feelings.
well,
You know,
okay.
he's crying on the inside.
Maybe he is. You know,
Yeah.
Domino's is calling. The pizza's ready. You know that you might be right. He's pretending to be reading the book. He might be crying silently inside.
I don't know.
Or he might be having a good laugh reading about the alligator. It's not
That's
bad.
well. He's past that part. He's in the middle
Oh,
of the
is-
book
okay.
now. So,
That's right.
but anyway, I could change his face. I could put a brown balloon on his sunburn turned into a tan.
Good.
We
Do
could.
You could get sticky mustache, eyes.
No,
nose, that
see,
kind of stuff.
and so
You can
in all
change all
seriousness,
that up.
we're not going to do that because that stuff all gets cumbersome, and then you constantly are having to do all that. This is simple. And here's the thing. Down the road, I can do this, and I plan on doing it for more product to sell. The special guest T-shirt, and you just have a picture. There it is. It's really simple. It's easy to draw. It doesn't have a lot of definition, and it's easily recognizable and changeable. You start putting all those details in, it becomes very difficult to reproduce.
I hear you.
You know, it's like, look at emojis. It's 3-4 lines, easily reproducible. And that's the whole idea of trying to keep it reproducible easily. So that's why, no face. I tried, and it's like, oh man, I don't want to have to keep, because then you got to keep, how do you make them do an expression? You got to play around with it, and it just gets complicated. So should I change him for another shoot? I got a fuzzy hat and
I
different
think the
balloons.
brown is good. You could say, hey.
Oh, you know
your
what?
Bird your
yeah.
bird turned to a tan.
And
Great.
he changed his. Oh, already, huh?
Tom Marketer, is that London calling? The
Like-
publisher.
I should shut my phone off. How would you? I should. I don't know how to shut it off. Yeah, there you go. Like, get the message, buddy. Do I have a brown balloon in here? My eyes aren't that good.
Here, my glasses.
Well, let me see. Hang on. Is there a brown balloon? No. Don't have a brown balloon.
How far have you gotten in Spanish, Charlie?
I could get around. I can get around. My problem is I don't have anyone to speak with, where Rob has people to speak with all day long.
Mm-hmm.
So I know a lot of words, and I know how to, a lot of construction of how to do things, and different tenses, and different moods and things, like present, and past, and future, and all that. So I think if I ever traveled to a Hispanic community, I'd probably have some fun with it. But
You'll be able to get started.
but my biggest thing is I don't have a chance to use it every day. So,
No, I'm good, thanks.
so I'm fine.
That is
Thank you
not
very much.
brown.
I don't have brown. So I have
I was just letting you know, that is not brown.
I have orange, yellow, pink, white,
Why don't you go with orange?
orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but I'm having fun with it though. I truly am. I'm glad I'm doing it. I think it has definitely helped as I age to keep my mind going.
Okay.
Yeah. And my recollection is still pretty sharp because I'm using my mind all the time for that. But
I wish
just
I
love it.
remembered all the Spanish I had in college. I used to be able to speak it, read it, write
And I
it.
have this crazy fuzzy hat.
Oh, I like that. Cool, man. That's nice, man.
Go on.
Nice.
Yeah, what we find is even what we study in the books, the text, while it's proper Spanish, it's not normal conversational Spanish.
Yeah.
And that's what Rob and I are at this point. It's more getting really into the conversational, the way it's really said. Even though what we say is valid,
And they have different
proper, it's
dialects and,
yeah,
accents based on where they're
Yep.
from, too.
Yeah, that's true. I think though it's more, as Rob has been pointing out to me, because he's been studying now with his own private tutor, they cut things down to say it as briefly as possible, which means they'll leave out words, they'll leave out S's, they'll leave out vowels, they'll assume you're talking about something, and for example, they use SE a lot more than just you learn in the textbooks. It actually replaces some things. If something has been done and it's a past, like the house is white, you can say that because it's not an action in the house was painted white. You know, it's a past thing. You can say, you know, like casa se blanco. It just assumes everything, but that's not the way you would learn it in the textbooks. So in the past, whoops,
How'd that work?
Okay, another orange balloon, please.
That would have been
yeah.
one to film.
Oh, we got it, man. We got it.
Yeah.
We got it on the bloopers tape, on the outtakes, baby.
like if it's not an action verb, you know, I painted the house last week. That's an active thing. You can't use it to say in that situation. But the house is white, and I can just replace that with, you know, say. La casa se
Say
blanco.
Blanco.
Blanca. And that's what Rob's been teaching me now. That
The everyday language.
the everyday, like we were talking down here, come on the way down, detrás and antes being before and detrás being after.
Orange?
And if you use,
That's
for
orange,
example,
What
detrás
color
de
with the
que,
hat do you think?
you
We're
can
good?
simply
Orange?
replace it with the infinitive,
Okay.
especially if it's a reflexive thing. Like, después de que comerme, after I ate. But if you use antes, you can't do that. And if you just say después de que, you have to conjugate something. You just say después de, you can just use the infinitive. Now, he's teaching me all this stuff, and you don't learn this in the textbooks. You learn that detrás de and antes de and después de, what they mean after and before and all that stuff. But he's really helping me come up to a more conversational level, which I truly appreciate.
Street conversational
Street conversation level. So
Because the books will teach you conversational Spanish, but it's not street conversational Spanish.
oh, look at this. We are moving on to the misses.
I don't know, that's a little trouble holding that on there.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Looks good. I like that.
Yeah.
our special
He didn't
guest.
pop his head.
Me gusta también.
So our special guest is now a little more intrigued.
I know.
All right, we're rolling, right? You're rolling.
He had a sex change in the middle of this thing.
No. So our special guest today has joined us, and you can see his sunburn is turning. He's now at least getting
He's got a
more.
healthy glow.
He's getting a healthy glow, as it were. He's really excited about his trip to Panama. He got back and he bought that hat in Panama, and he wanted to sport his fancy hat.
I like that.
I see he finished reading my book, though, so that's good. I hope he does a review on Amazon or something for me. But other than that, he looks like he's going to sit and listen.
Okay.
Oh, I have to get, where is it? My folder. My
Right here.
folder. Yes, here. So I have to, yep, that's it.
There it
Okay.
is.
We have an interesting story today. We have an interesting story for
I have to read
Now,
it.
is this the phone call?
This is not, well, yes, this is the phone call. Okay. The title of today's topic is The Many Ways to Conjugate the F Word. And I know there's dead silence and peril amongst everybody. Who's like,
Now,
what is
we're
he?
studying Spanish together, and Rob gets a phone call, and this is the phone call that
This
he gets.
This is the phone call I got. Now, so here's what, it's the many ways to conjugate the F word. Now, Charlie kind of knows what I'm talking
This
about.
looks like it might have been from Brenda's sink issue.
It's kind of the same people.
These people have.
Kind of.
These people are a wealth of material.
Yeah, they really are. I don't want them to move.
They're a wealth.
I don't want them to move.
I mean, if this takes off, you're gonna sign
I'm going to have to give them
You're
royalties.
gonna give them a 20-year lease.
This is almost verbatim, right?
It really is. So this is the conversation I received. Now, in the interest of being family friendly and not,
Was this you saying that, or was that them?
no, that's him.
Well, you're getting it tomorrow.
Well, this is a different issue.
was another week.
No, you got to understand. This was a different issue.
Wait a minute.
This
how
had to
come-
do with
this
the
is-
sewer line.
Oh.
This is the sewer line.
Oh.
The other one was just simply
Is this
the
red
kitchen
Solo-
faucet fell
is this
off.
The red Solo cup,
No, this is
the kitty cup.
oh no,
The
this
Fred Flintstone
completely different. Tom, you know more than anybody. We are a bastion of stories. I've often said, there are television series that do live real estate reality shows, and I'm not gonna say their name here because they're not paying me. They have nothing on us. They have no. I mean, so this is a completely different story. The names have been changed to protect the guilty, and
They never had a court date.
So, topic of today's discussion, the many ways to conjugate the F word. Now, as I was saying, in the interest of trying to be family friendly, a family program that kids could listen to, and not trying to be repugnant, we're not going to continually say even the F word. Because you say it enough times, eventually you start hearing it. It's like subliminal advertising. We keep flashing a copy of my book in front of you, and that's just subliminal advertising, and eventually you're gonna want to feel as though you need to go to Amazon and buy a copy of my book. We would not do that kind of stuff. We're not that way. So, what we're going to do is every time Billy said the F word, we're going to say goof. Okay? And what we're going to do is go through his conversation and try and determine what was the what do they call it? Article.
Parts of speech.
Parts of speech. There it is.
Yeah. Is it a
What-
noun, pronoun, verb, adjective,
Right.
adverb?
So
Oh,
what?
I always had trouble with this in 3rd grade.
Well,
Oh, this guy has it nailed.
Tom, after we get done, Billy will teach you everything you need to know.
I mean, I can progress to 4th grade?
You can.
You'll have
Now,
the
here's the
doctorate.
thing. Here's what we've done. Here are the 9 articles of speech. Okay, they're in English. Okay? You got adjectives, adverb, conjunctions, determiners, pronouns.
He paid attention in school.
Oh, yeah, look. Look, I wrote a book, man. Okay? Interjections, these are interesting. Prepositions and verbs. Those are the 9.
Remember verbs from school? That's action stuff.
Okay.
Nouns-
Now you're
nouns
getting
where
it.
people,
Now
places,
you're
things.
getting it. Okay.
What is a pronoun? Oh, that's what we all have to say.
Pronouns. Look, I have it written for you.
Where's the pronoun?
Pronouns. They replace the noun. They're your he, she, and it. And if you're studying Spanish, your lo, la, las, los,
right.
and nos. Okay?
And Lola, if you can find her.
And Lola. She, I don't even. And Lola, if you can find her. Right, okay. So, okay? So, you know what a pronoun is, right? He, she, it. Okay, verbs, action, right? We can do a quick review. Nouns. You've heard it. People, places, things.
Yeah, that's about the extent of my.
Conjunctions. Come on, I know you.
Conjunction,
You are conjunction, junction. What's your
I remember
function?
that, and I never knew
Look
what
at
it
the
was.
phrases and clauses.
Joins words, clauses, and phrases.
You can hear it ringing in your ear. As
And
a
or what?
youth, you remember that, huh?
No,
Yes, you do.
no. Like I
Were you
I cannot-
deprived?
I think I missed those days of school.
Wow, you missed out on that. That's like Americana,
Well,
right? Conjunction.
I think you were definitely more into English class than I ever was.
Maybe so.
I liked shop class.
Okay. So then you have adjectives, adverb, prepositions. So they're all here with their quick definition. So this is like your remedial high school, grammar school review.
Cheat sheet.
Probably why I
It's
had
a
trouble.
cheat sheet. We're not going to try and memorize this, Tom. We're going to
We're just going to use the word goof everywhere.
Okay, so every time the word F was going to come up, we're going to say goof or some derivation of the word. Okay. Phone rings.
What the goof?
What the goof? All right, now.
Oh, that's what you said. Oh,
Well, no, that's
you're
what.
using
no,
that
no,
language too.
no. He says, Rob,
comma.
what's the goof?
Oh,
Yeah, I do not use such language.
I didn't think so. I've never heard you curse.
I really try not to.
Never said goof in my life.
Never goofing said it ever.
We're goofing lying now.
It'd be goofed up if I did.
The goofing guys are here again.
Yeah. Goofing guys are here
Goofing here
again. Okay.
Okay.
So here's the exercise today. What article of speech is this when he says, Rob, what's the goof? What the goof? You know, people say, what the goof all the time.
It sounds like a noun to me.
What the goof?
It's a noun. Is it a subject, though, or an object noun?
Is it a preposition?
What the goof?
What the goof?
What's a preposition?
So preposition, let's go to the book.
Relationship.
It shows a relationship between other words in the sentence.
Oh, it's definitely a preposition.
For example, but however, you need a prepositional word
That's right.
to begin.
Well, you've got
and
the
you
other
do.
goofing.
Well, no, you've got what the goof. It's kind of like in the corner, around the back,
So it's definitely
on
a
the roof.
preposition.
what the goof. So now we have
Is
a
this street
prepositional.
conversational goofing?
No, I'm going to fast forward you. This is when I asked him, because at one point I had to admit, I said, Billy, and Charlie was sitting next to me. I had to tell him, I said, Billy, you have managed in the last couple and a half minutes to conjugate the F word in more ways than I have heard anybody ever who's had a conversation with me. And he explained to me this is how he was taught. And he didn't exactly say it in that way. We can go to the last page. And he reiterates, so let's do it.
It's really efficient. You've cut out the whole dictionary here.
Well, no, I'll tell you so it's at this point, Sam wrote, you and said, well, he says,
I don't know that goofing how I learned to
he
talk.
says, goof, period. And he said with affirmation, a small dash
said
of
with
prideful
exasperate.
receipt of his accomplishment. I don't know. That's goofing how I learned to talk. Okay, so let's go through it. So he says to me, goof, after I've said to him, you've managed to conjugate the F word in more ways than I've ever heard. He says, goof. It's how I goof and learn to talk. So, what do we have there? When he says, now remember, you can have a sentence. Here we go, guys. When you have
managed to conjugate the F word in more ways than I've ever heard.
a sentence is comprised of a noun and a
That
verb.
must have stopped him in his tracks.
No, I think he was very
Proud of his work?
He was proud.
Proud
Well,
of his-
I think
proud
when
of
he's
his conjugation skills?
this is the thing. When he says goof, I think he says it with a sense of affirmation
I think
of his
so.
accomplishment.
I think so.
He got complimented on his grammar. Goof.
Well, that's how he
It's
learned.
like there was almost an inflection. Goof. It's like, goof.
Okay.
So, when you say something like that? So what is it? What article of speech would that be? Goof.
I'm going to say it's a preposition.
Or is it a?
He's using it as the glue to hold his sentences together here.
See, I would think it's almost an interjection.
I think so.
Now, he didn't because interjections, mind you, they express strong feelings of sudden emotion. Tom, have you ever said goof when you got your hand hit by a hammer?
I'll try to avoid that.
Or you went,
I've said goof.
yes, you've probably said goof a time or two. Okay, you said a time or two. I may have thought it and uttered
That never came across your lips.
Frankfurter out loud or something like that.
Absolutely.
That's an interjection.
I think so.
So when he says pridefully, goof, I think it's an interjection in a prideful sense.
I think so.
But we can let's go from the top. We'll get there. Let's go through the conversation, and as we review these, we can change our answers. Okay.
The goofing guys are goofing here.
So again, we've determined that what the goof. That's
the
a
goofed up line.
now. Here's the thing.
up front.
What the goof is a prepositional phrase, and
Wait a
in
minute,
that
let me look at the
prepositional
chart.
phrase, what's that?
Shows relationship. We're okay.
Yes. So in this example, it's like in the corner, at the top, at noon, when the sun rises. What the goof? I'm going to give you. It's a prepositional phrase. The actual preposition is the word that begins, like in, at, when, what, over, around. They begin the prepositional phrase.
Right.
So this is kind of like a prepositional phrase. So goof in this instance is a prepositional noun.
Now this is really confusing me.
No, it's not. So it's a noun inside the prepositional phrase.
I thought it was an interjection before.
No,
I think it's a noun within a preposition.
yes, agreed. It's an interjection when it stands by itself.
Yeah,
See,
like
but
goof.
when you put it,
Oh, when you're
Like
using
goof.
it to conjugate.
Yeah. That's right.
we are having this conversation.
Then it becomes a preposition.
Right, because you have your preposition that begins the phrase. That's why it's encased in the prepositional phrase. But when it's freestanding by itself, it's just it can be a verb with the subject
I
assumed.
think it could
Oh,
be
yeah.
one of everything there.
Oh, yeah.
because he uses it so often.
Well,
I think it all depends on his inflection level.
that's a good point.
Well, that's a great point.
You could
great
change your
point.
inflection level and be anything from conjunction,
That's right.
interaction, interjection to a preposition, and a noun and a verb.
See,
Yeah, does he ever use it as a verb?
Oh, yes.
Or do you
Oh.
have to leave when he does that?
Are you goofing kidding me?
yeah, you I've got, well, just so let's continue.
Next sentence, please.
Yes, the goofing guys are goofing here again. They're goofing around with the goofed up line goofing out front. Okay,
So,
now we're talking,
So-
we're talking about a sewer line, okay? And from what I could gather, because you've got to somehow summarize what's going on with, in essence, 3 words.
And he didn't put anything down the sewer line.
No, so this one is really not them. This is not them. This is the city.
This is outside.
This is city. The town has come by and decided to jet the sewer lines. And when they do that sometimes, it backs the water up when they're doing that. If somebody tries to use the toilet or something, it collides, one opposing force meets another. And as Einstein
Then
once
they
taught
get
us,
back up.
then you get it coming back and goof all over your floor is what happened.
that's what,
And that's when I get a call. And this is what's got Billy all bent out of shape,
okay.
okay? Or shall I say,
Oh, so
all
these,
goofed up.
These goofing guys are from the city.
The goofing guys are from the city. So when we talk about the goofing guys, is goofing here? What part of speech is it?
Descriptive
They're
adjective.
nouns.
I would say adjective,
Oh,
right?
Yeah,
Because adjectives describe nouns.
Yep.
yeah.
Look at how good we are at grammar.
They're
Okay.
good. I'm
A
not
plus.
So far.
A plus.
So I think Charlie's right. The goofing guys, it's telling you something, describing the noun. The guys are goofing.
There it is.
There's a
Adjective.
verb right there.
Adjective. No, it's an adjective.
Well, if they're goofing.
No, but they're the goofing guys.
Oh, okay.
The goofy
We're
guys.
describing the guys, not what they're doing yet.
Well, the next goofing is a verb.
Are goofing here again. I think that's
I think-
grammar 101.
I think it's a participle.
A
So I
participle.
gotta look that up.
I don't have participles on our board.
Estoy aquí.
You're cheating. You're using your Spanish studies. That's not within the rules. It has to be on the board.
Yeah, you're losing me.
No puede usar su estudias en español. Tiene que usar que
I think it's a present participle.
a present participle. You got to use something from the board.
Sorry, you missed
These
one.
are the 9 parts of speech in English. It's got to be in here. So, are goofing here again?
Well, then
Verb.
adverb by your thing, because R is the verb. The goofing guys are here again.
The goofing guys are goofing
Right. So
here
if I
again.
take out goofing, it's still the sentence. The goofing guys
well,
are
no,
here again.
but they're doing something.
So that's an adverb.
They're doing something.
It's a complement to the verb. They're
So-
just here. They're just goofing here again.
They're.
They're not doing anything. They're just here.
Oh, you know, that's a great point. I didn't look at it that way. I looked at it as though they're actually doing
Not
something.
yet.
But not yet. They're just right.
Next sentence.
I will tell you.
Next
So no,
sentence.
wait a minute. There is this thing. A verb can be a stative verb, whereas it's like I am.
Guys are
They're.
Guys are.
It's is or was,
or are. The guys are.
and it's a stative verb. Then.
Okay.
So we have a stative verb here.
Okay. I still
Are
go with my participle, but
goofing. Are goofing here again. That's a great assessment.
It's an adverb. I'll go with an adverb.
Well, now the
They're
adverbs.
complementing the verb.
No, usually the adverb. Look, it's like extremely quick, or he runs very quickly. There would be a verb after goofing, and there's not.
The verbs before it are.
But then it becomes a stative or a helping verb. It becomes an action or
Oh,
helping
so you're
verb.
saying it's a
Auxiliary
stative verb. Okay, fine. I'll go with that.
I think you got stative verb.
Okay, all right. I'll go with that.
So we have a stative verb here. Okay.
I'm goofing good with that.
They're goofing around with the goofed up line, goofing out front.
Now, they're goofing around is a verb.
They're goofing around. Straight.
With
I
the goofing
can-
up line.
I
With the
can
goofed up
just
line.
see the guy screaming at each other.
He's not screaming. Mind you, he's calm. He's mildly concerned, slightly agitated, but not being real demonstrative.
No.
It was a conversation. You sit down with a guy at the bar and he just starts goofing around with you.
There it is.
There it is. Tom, goofing. What are you goofing to? What are you goofing doing? It's-
You know, you meet the nicest people.
now, who has
I
not
know.
had somebody
I know.
just to sit and
You know.
goof and talk with you?
Hey, guy, what the goof?
What the goof? Come on. So, come on. Now,
You can pick your tenants. Good thing he's not your neighbor.
why the goof not?
I think you get tired of the goofing up.
Well, this guy would be goofing insulted if he didn't talk like this.
So anyway, back to our regularly scheduled
Here we
program.
are.
They're goofing around. Yes, verb, easy one.
Easy
That's
one.
Grammar 101.
With the goofed up line.
With the goofed up line.
Adjective, description.
Yes. I got
So
it.
is this your response here? Is something goofed up, or is that
No, that's him.
This is all him.
I will
heard
let
it.
you.
I heard it. It's him.
Trust me. I didn't say much. I was translating. I was trying to do a transliteration almost. Okay, goofing out front.
This is
So
a
did
gem.
he almost goofing slip on his goofing bathroom floor because of the same issue?
This is all the same. It's the sewer line stuff. Came up the toilet.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So he almost slipped in his
See, you
goofing
see my
bathroom.
problem that I had. I had to deduce
He could have
what's going on.
He could have goofed his goofing neck.
Now here, Tom, this was the exercise. Up till now, how many words other than goof have been used? You can count them on a hand, right? And I had to deduce what was going on with very few informative words.
Well, you need to ask more probing questions.
All I was going to get was more goofing words. So now, is something goofed up? What do you say? What do we have? Is something goofed now? Charlie, we are talking.
Because
but-
they're talking about it. Well, it could be a pronoun. 'cause
See,
they're
but the
talking
thing
about a
is,
thing.
we are talking about a past participle, past action. But it's going to be in here.
It's got
I'm
to
gonna
be.
call it a
Well, it's
pronoun.
got to be.
referring to a noun.
Wow, that's a tricky one. Is something goofed up?
So he's referring to a thing, not the thing.
That's true.
So it's a pronoun.
Is it goofed? You know what? Well, no, because the pronouns replace. It would be like he, she, or it. But it is describing
he
it.
could say, "Is it goofed up again?"
That would be an adjective because goofed is describing it. I got to give you your first suggestion of an adjective. I'll give you. It's adjective.
Well, it's describing
It's
how goofed up it is.
It's right. It's
so
is
goofed
it
up.
goofed? It's goofed. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with adjective there. So is something goofed up? So the next time somebody says to you, "Is it goofed up?" You now know they're talking about a noun, and it's being described. It's goofed up.
Love it.
Okay. So goofing yesterday. I almost goofing slipped on my goofing bathroom floor. Could have goofed my goofing neck. Goofing water was everywhere. Goofing don't know what the goof it was, or goofing where it came from. Okay, now, of the 3 words that aren't goof, you have to figure out what he's talking about.
Somehow water ended up in the bathroom.
Yes, you're good at this game. Next time he calls,
Don't have him call me.
I'm going to forward the call. Meanwhile, our special guest is aghast. He wants to. He doesn't even want to participate. He's like covering his mouth. He has so many things to say, but doesn't want to say anything. Okay, goofing yesterday.
Looks like he needs something to eat. He's a little thin. So.
He is a bit. He's a bit thin.
Didn't he get anything to eat when he was
In Panama, you know, when you go to Panama, and you're from the States, you want to be careful about drinking water, eating food.
Looks like the last thing he ate was before he left for vacation.
He needs a goofing sandwich.
Yeah.
Well, I can't help him. So anyway, okay. I almost so goofing yesterday.
Describing yesterday.
Describing yesterday.
Adjective. Or interjection. Yes, goofing yesterday. But it's not
It's a tough one. That's
Well-
a tough one.
determiners in point of noun to sleeping quantity noun. Conjunction.
That's a toughie.
It describes. Well, it doesn't describe yesterday. It just.
Well, yesterday is the noun.
Yesterday's
It's
the noun.
So goofing yesterday, adjective.
Adjective.
There you go.
Describe.
Adjective.
Describing yesterday.
Yesterday is the noun, right?
Yeah. I almost.
So, and the verb is implied. It was.
Yes.
So there. That's
Yes.
what we have going on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
All right.
Again, I almost describing slipped.
That would be an adverb, because as we know,
Oh, adverb in front of
Adverbs.
the verb. Okay, that's
Yeah.
an adverb.
how, it's tell how often, where, and when.
So how,
They kind of tell you something
goof and
about the verb,
slipped.
right?
So adverb.
Goofing, so that's an adverb.
And then on my goofing bathroom floor, which is a adjective.
That's right, because it's a multiple repeated
That's right.
adjective.
That's right.
Describing it.
Absolutely. It's a goofing bathroom floor adjective. Okay.
Now here's a tricky one.
Okay.
Because could goofed, it's really is could have.
Right.
So it's a have. And I'm falling back into my Spanish again, and I can't.
Yes.
But
No. That's you
it's-
violate the rules. Right. It could
And
be.
this is the way he talks all the time.
Yes, he does. Yes.
It's a very efficient.
I'm going to say. Yes, it really
I
is.
just would like to see this in public.
Think about this. You only need 4 or 5 words, and you can. For all these people that do all these, learn English in 3 months. I could teach you English in 3 minutes.
Looks like he learned English in 4 words.
You need a couple words and the goof word, because the goof word, because now here I think this is the could goofed. The could now couple, it could be 2 things. The auxiliary helping verb is to express tense, voice, and mood, like
Yep.
has eaten,
Yeah.
has been
It's
prepared.
auxiliary verb. in this
Auxiliary
case.
verb
Could
be a phrasal verb too, because those are usually 2 words, and it means like to break in,
Yeah.
to top off.
Yeah.
But in this case, coulda, goofed, could have.
Could have goofed. So it's got to be
Auxiliary.
verb
I'm
from that tense voice. It's
not being a grammar expert. I will defer to
I don't know.
that.
That looks pretty expert to me up there.
Well,
we did write a book.
Yeah, I did write a book. Did I mention I wrote a book?
Yeah, that's for sale. By the way.
Online.
Amazon.
Amazon.
Barnes and Noble. Yes, you get it in ebook if you don't want a hard copy. Hard copy, soft
Put
copy.
your phone number out there.
I don't want to give my phone number out there. My phone's been ringing since we've been doing this. Like I need. Hi, do you want to sell your property on this thing? No, I don't. Take me off your whatever, wherever you got me. Yeah, your goofing list. Yes. And that would be an adjective.
That would.
Oh, you can hire Billy if you're.
Billy could be my promotional, my answering service.
Yes.
Oh, I've got it. What the goof do you want? Leave us the goof alone. I can hear. Ow! I'd get rid of phone calls in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
You know.
I think he'd be a good,
You
good fit
you
there.
might have something there.
Might.
Yeah,
What
and,
the-
and it can help him pay the rent.
I think, though, you have to use a British actress voice to do it, to give it some class.
Ooh. You know what? We could get a ghost writer, a ghost teleprompter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy
They
just.
always use British females'
yes.
accents to sell, all kinds of stuff. So
Oh, hello.
it gives it such elegance and
Hello.
sophistication.
This is the phone of Pingvin Illustrations. How the goof might we help you?
Sir.
Sir. Oh, that would be wonderful. Okay.
So I have a question here.
Okay. Good questions are allowed. You're skipping ahead. You're cheating.
Well, yeah, because
Okay.
I want a preview. So
Okay.
when it says the goof, period,
Yes.
it says that's a statement.
I put that there in parentheses because I want you to understand there was a statement. He just said, the goof. Think about how it's used. The goof. Now, he could, in essence, be skipping the what. He's taking out the what. He's just the goof.
Yeah.
It's, again, he's trying to reduce the amount of syllables you have to exert here. Because not only is he teaching you an easier language, let's do it with less exertion. Leaves more time for other things like goofing around.
Yeah.
Not
Just
working
interjection.
That might be an option.
Not working.
and not working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, where were we?
Well, goofing slipped on my goofing bathroom floor, and goofing's an adjective there. Right?
Okay, right. On my goofing neck, again, another adjective.
On my goofing, of course. Yeah.
Right, because
Description of
neck
his neck.
as a noun modifier.
Goofing water. Well,
Goofing
there's
water.
There's adjective. There's everywhere.
That's
Wow,
right.
he's having a reoccurring problem here.
Goofing water was everywhere.
Goofing don't know. Now, wait a minute.
All right,
now.
goofing now.
This
Goofing
is
don't
the
know.
second
Hang on.
goofing time.
Now, now this is
Since they
interesting.
started goofing.
Now,
up
this
there.
is an action verb here.
This is-
I'm goofing. I'm goofing. Don't know. So it's
Goofing don't know. It's almost like a filler. Goofing don't know. Wow, that's interesting. What the goof it was,
well.
or
Maybe
goofing
it's
where it came
replacing
from.
I in this case,
That's an interesting point. I'm almost looking at this
which
as
puts
a
it back
noun.
as a puts it
Or
back as a pronoun.
Pronoun.
A subject
replaces-
pronoun. A subject
I
pronoun.
think you got it, Chuck. There it is. Pronoun. Yeah, I'm. Tom, you with us?
I'm struggling to keep up. I like to meet Billy though. I think he'd be interesting.
This
What's Billy look like?
struggling.
I want to meet Billy.
I'll introduce you to Billy. One day we'll go have lunch. We'll goof and meet Billy.
Is he working in
goofy.
Deli? 'Cause I don't want any
No, he
goofing
does not.
stuff
He-
in my sandwich.
No, he does. Telly.
Wait a minute. I don't want to have to go to that. What city does Billy live in? Norristown or Pottstown?
No, I'm not going to divulge that information. It's not either of those.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to divulge his whereabouts. I don't want to share them.
We don't want to single him out. He knows who he is.
He's very special, as you can see.
Oh yes, I do see that.
I want to harness his talent for my own greed and purposes.
I was hoping to meet him. I was gonna
know.
give him a chance. You know what? I might actually offer him an apartment. He looks like the person I'm looking for.
Good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Maybe he can be prop man next time.
I'll tell you what, he might go and goof around at one of your places.
Lord knows I've had enough.
Okay. Goofing, don't know. Pronoun? What the goof it was. Well, the goof, that's a noun, right?
Yep,
Noun,
that's
okay?
definitely a noun.
Or goofing, where it came from. Now, that's an adverb. It's because where it came from, or goofing, where it came from, is a preposition. And goofing is modifying the prepositional phrase. And adverbs, I didn't write it up there, but if I remember correctly, adverbs can modify a prepositional phrase because they also modify, the adverbs. They tell you things about the adverb.
There you go.
So where it came from, goofing tells you where it came from. So you have
Well,
an
he
adverb.
doesn't know where it came from. He
Well,
just made that up.
that's what he's asking.
That's right.
What he's asking.
Well,
That's why he's asking.
The goofy sewer.
Well, but he didn't know that. He's asking. And then goof.
He couldn't figure out that the toilet was connected to the goofy sewer?
I think by now he might have established that.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, he shortly there after establishing
Because you can
it
see-
looked like
yes.
goofed up sink water.
well, he says, so we had our exasperation. He exclaims, goof, right? And we think interjection.
Interjection.
No doubt about it.
Without
Without a
A
doubt. I
mild-
mean,
a
that's
mild-
just
a
it's
mild
strong,
interjection.
it's express strong feeling or sudden
I don't know if
emotion.
it's sudden because he's been using that word goof since he picked up the phone.
Yeah, but the way he said this one was just like goof
Yeah,
with just
This was just taking a breath for this guy.
You're reloading.
Breathe.
Oh, okay. I don't know why that was so funny, but it was. And you
Well,
see,
it's because you
and
know Billy and you're picturing it in your
and
mind.
you seem undaunted by all of this.
Well, I don't know Billy.
Like you said earlier, I'm just trying to keep up.
I'm just trying to keep up. Like I said, I had
All
trouble
right.
with third grade English.
Okay, well, this is very simple. It's all right here for you.
And I'm looking.
And we're helping you. We're
I
basically
can
doing the
see
test
that.
for you.
Thank God.
All you're going to have to do is sign your name
I like
at
that.
the end of the
I like
test.
that. That makes it a lot easier.
Think of it like a blank ballot or something.
Yeah. A blank check.
I don't know if we're going to be able to keep that one. All right, continuing on.
It was
So yes,
goofing nasty.
it was goofing nasty.
Description, right?
So nasty is describing it. It is,
It is a pronoun.
It's a pronoun in this
It's-
case.
well, it is the pronoun.
Yeah.
Goofing nasty describes it, the noun, or the pronoun. So that makes it
Goofing is a
an,
pronoun. It was pronoun nasty.
you're saying goofy's a what?
I'm saying goofing is it. It was it nasty.
I thought it was describing it. So
Describing nasty? It was.
Yes.
Well, so you're saying it's an adjective
It
in this
was-
case.
yes.
Or you're saying it's an no. You say adverbs go before the verb, so.
Well, yes, and there's the verb is the auxiliary verb was, so
Was.
it's not that.
Okay.
It's
I go
nasty.
with adjective.
I'm going to agree with you
go
because
with adjective.
nasty is describing it,
Yeah.
and goofing is
Describing nasty.
So it's like goofing it, nasty
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
They're both
yeah.
modified.
Goofing is
Noun,
describing
it's a
nasty.
pronoun, and the closest thing
Yeah,
we do is an
it's
adjective.
kind of a
Yes.
double adjective.
Okay.
An emphasis of adjective.
I'll-
It's goof ain't nasty, just not nasty.
Okay, so there we go.
I got that.
There.
I think. Okay.
I can hear all the grammar teachers saying, "This is awesome. We need to put this in our curriculum."
It's going to be in the classroom.
It will absolutely. They're just going to take this video,
Yep.
write the transcript, and the next publishers are going to be calling us.
I'm telling
They're
you.
going to
Send it
want
to the
this.
school
I'm
board.
telling you.
The school board voted unanimously.
This will make a
We
lot
are
of money for
now-
the teachers union.
We're replacing the goof word is going to describe the 9 particles of speech.
No. Just
Particles or articles?
Articles.
Particles.
Particles. I'm thinking particle board.
Oh.
That's where my head's at.
no.
All the
This is
particle
just-
board underneath his goofing kitchen is ruined.
gone now.
Well, it's
tell
goofing
ya.
gone.
It'll
Okay.
speed up working for the new people coming across the border here. Just get
It's
jobs.
a non-political show.
We'll take that out.
We're going to take that out.
We'll take that goof out.
Okay, yes. It was good. Okay, like goofed up sink water. Goofed up sink water.
Well,
Um,
compound verb here?
Wow. Well, ooh, you know what? You're
Well,
right.
it's describing the sink water.
No, you're right. We're in the verbs, and it could be an adverb because goofed up. It's like a compound verb, right? Compound verb kind of thing going on. So
So sink
goof-
water is a thing.
Well, sink water is, but it's goofed up. So
it's
goofed up.
describing the thing.
Oh, you know what? That's right.
It's describing.
He makes a
the
good
thing.
point. It's goofed up sink water, which means it's an adjective.
Yeah, there you go. That's
See,
a good
you
catch.
are better at this than you give yourself credit.
And the goofed up the floor. So
Is similar.
that's describing the
Well,
floor.
now that's an action, though. It goofed up the floor. That's an
Oh,
action. That's a
That's
verb.
an adverb.
Right.
Yeah.
Goofed.
Adverb.
Goofed up the. Right. It tells how often, where, or when.
It goofed, yeah, that's definitely an action. It goofed up the floor.
Yeah.
It's a verb.
Goofed up the floor. So it goofed up a verb.
It's an action verb, right?
action verb.
Goofed up the floor. It goofed up.
It's almost like one of the phrasal verb. Not break in, goofed up.
Oh, there you go.
It's a phrasal verb.
There you
'Cause it's an
go.
action.
It's
A
basically
phrasal
it's a
verb.
2-part.
Yeah.
it's-
Two word
There
action.
you go.
There it
Phrasal
is.
verbs.
Boy, we
By the way, did you know this? I think you're elevating your grammar
well
skills.
now
Well,
you know we go
I'm
back
understanding
back to goof and slipped. There's a phrasal verb.
Could very well be. You know,
Goof and
this
don't
guy
know.
this guy is using advanced
This is advanced.
grammatical terms.
This is.
This is not 101
I
stuff
mean, this
here.
is PhD stuff right here.
Did you ever know Billy was a PhD?
Oh, it's piled high and
Billy
deep,
was a
all right.
It's goof
And it's no pun intended. We're talking about sewage water.
right here.
Sewage water piled high and deep. Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Teachers Union's going to love this one.
All right. I love that. These guys. Okay. So these guys going to fix this goofing mess.
Well, that's describing it, right?
Yeah. That's,
Where's
that's
the adjective?
goofing is the adjective.
No, it's beginning. R.
Well, it's inferred. You can have verbs inferred.
Ah.
For example,
When you use goofy
I
all
just-
the time?
no, or just I'm going to give you a grammar lesson here. Shortest sentence in the English language. I am. Here you go. Go. Go is a sentence. The you is inferred, and you can infer your noun or pronoun. So go is
Going.
a sentence.
Yeah.
Go. So here it's are. These guys. The are is inferred.
Yep.
And that's
Yeah.
that's new grammatical structure there, by
That's
the way.
right.
He's
That's right.
going out on a limb.
He's a genius. He's creating a new
You
dialect.
never explained how smart he was before.
I never knew it. You know, I'm just beginning to recognize how
His
intelligent
brilliance.
he really is.
He really is.
I didn't know it until you actually sit down and physically see it and go through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's continue.
I don't know if I have time.
Oh, you know what time?
I don't even know what time it is.
It's 4:45. We have 15
We got a
minutes.
little bit.
All right, that's wonderful.
I didn't know where we were at.
I don't. We may have to do a 2-part series here.
No problem. We can.
You know,
do that.
because if Tom has to leave, we don't want to go through this without you. You are starting to add
Well, I'm
critical
growing.
elements
But
of the
I'm growing.
language.
I'm growing.
You are learning. You're adding again critical elements to the language structure here. We'd be remiss if we didn't have him.
Yeah. I don't want to goof and waste anybody's time.
Already, see,
Especially yours.
he's speaking fluently. He's speaking goof fluently already.
I think that was a verb.
What?
No, that was an adjective, wasn't it?
You might have had an adverb.
I know it wasn't.
Because you
well,
said-
if I said it with more emotion, it could have been an interjection.
That's true.
That's true. See, look at how you are well versed in half of these already.
Don't take that board down.
We will not take the board
I
down.
need the board.
We're gonna. Okay. This is the goofing second time this has goofing happened since they goofing started goofing work out there. Okay. I'm beginning to sense some frustration with him now. Are you feeling?
Yeah.
He's frust-
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is the first time
Yeah.
he's
might all be
expressing frustration.
interjections.
Yeah.
Yes. We've got fillers in here. When he just says goofing, that's frustration.
That's an
That's
interjection.
fine.
It's
That's
an interjection. I will buy. Express a strong feeling or sudden emotion. We feel his emotion here.
That's five
Goofing.
goofings in a sentence.
You know, that's a good point. He's starting to get unraveled a little bit, I think.
Yeah, he is.
He is. He's been calm and very collected, very articulate up till now.
I think he's expressed exactly what the issue is.
Yes, he's clearly and poignantly directed me to the problems and where I should be focusing my attention on how to rectify the situation. But now we're getting a sense that he might be pulling his hair out a little bit. A little frustration setting in. This is the goofing second time this has goofing happened. Let's just stop there. This is the goofing second time.
You know, he really needs to learn to just go with the flow.
And no pun intended. I think he's gone with the flow. That might be the goofing problem here.
He gets worked up. I can see that.
Well, you know, in his defense, if we had goofing sewer water flowing across our bathroom, would you get agitated?
I've been up to my ankles in it. Doesn't
Yeah.
faze me.
Okay, so it doesn't bother you.
Nah, I know. I got my sewer snake and all that
Yeah,
stuff,
okay.
so.
And your galoshes.
Yeah, you know, I look at it this way. I'm saving a fortune. So.
That's well, yeah.
You're getting that line cleaned out. And it goes back out again and just
Yeah, that's.
the line to the street's clean.
You know,
I-
maybe Billy should
you
see
know-
it that way.
I'll tell you.
Look at all the money he's saving.
You know, it's interesting as a quick deviation, a tangent, we'll call
Where did that fit up there?
it. Deviation and tangent.
Yeah.
Tangent. Maybe on the back of the board. It's probably on the back of the board. You know, through all the years of doing this, with you, dealt with toilets a lot, dealt with sewer and dung a lot. Got to a certain point in the career and said, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not touching toilets and I'm not touching feces. And I don't. That is one thing now I just don't.
You want to say no to?
I just say no. I call Fonzo, a plumber. I don't care. I usually just know it could be very expensive. And most of the time it really is. But I'm not doing it. You cross the threshold of things you're just not going to do.
You know what I've
Have you gotten to one you just won't do?
I had noticed in past year and a half or so, now that I am more in the office and administrative, I found myself walking into some places that believe it or not, the people did not take care of.
No.
And,
No.
and,
No way.
and
You
there was one.
you are looking at it all the wrong way.
And I was told that I needed to go look in this bathroom to see if we needed to gut the bathroom. And I was in there, and I did not want to touch anything in this place. I felt I was going to take my shoes off when I got home, but I was told I needed to look at the bathroom. The door was closed. And then I looked at the knob.
Goof.
I never opened the bathroom door. And I didn't tell the guys if it needed the bathroom or not. I let them make the call.
Yep. Oh man.
I let them make the call on that one.
So you know what I'm talking about.
I wasn't touching that knob.
There,
It was a brush nickel.
I am not touching that knob.
It was brush nickel.
Yeah.
The
With
brown.
a brown tint.
Was the operative word right
Yeah,
The
there.
brown haze.
Oh man.
Brown swirly.
Yeah.
Yep. That is how.
And it
we
wasn't
see the
a
bath.
cinnamon swirl. No.
chocolate.
Yeah. No. See. That's so again.
And I wish they had
More
at
like a
least
sticky bun.
left.
Well, yes. There. Oh, hello.
If they had at least left the bathroom door open a hair, I could have taken my foot and.
Yes.
But they closed it.
Yeah.
They closed it.
Yeah.
And he told me he closed it because of the smell.
Yep.
Because he then sent me a picture of the toilet. You know, the toilet, porcelain's white.
Yeah.
Not this one.
Yeah.
Not this one.
When I
You ever
was
see
gigging,
brown porcelain?
yeah. Well, when I was gigging in my band, we played some places. You walked into the men's room. You did not flip that seat up with your hands. You used your feet. You just flicked that thing in the air, and everything after that was just a shot in the dark.
Yep.
So it's kind of like what you're saying. If you could have opened it with your foot.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, okay. How did we get there? It was a tangent, by the way.
It was a tangent, and we were talking
But
about.
it's relevant
Talking
because
about all this goofing stuff.
it's all the same subject matter. It just flowed in a different way. Okay.
Yes, but to answer your question, yes, I got a little bit more squeamish.
So
Since, yeah.
you have a line.
Well, I didn't realize before. I used to roll in filth. Apparently,
We both did. We did.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I don't even want to go in some of these places I used to just work in.
Well, we'll share the story somewhere down the road where I literally had to strip in my car and throw my clothes literally
you
in the
just
trunk.
you just like that.
No, I didn't. I had my convertible, by the way,
Must have been a sight.
down to my drawers.
The Mustang or the
Yeah, the Mustang.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Well, that was a long time ago.
yeah, it was a long time. So, but because I couldn't bring those clothes into the car, we'll save that one. Remind me about that one.
So I'm just envisioning this. You're
but
driving
save it.
through Pottstown
No, that's
with no
that's,
clothes on in a convertible with flowing blonde hair.
Yeah, you've got the visual pretty accurate.
You
Goof.
should have relayed this story a while ago. Yeah, that's a good one.
We'll get to it. We'll
Yeah.
get to it. That's a coming attractions
Coming soon.
in the weeks to come. Yes, coming. I don't know. Coming to a YouTube channel near you.
Tune in.
Tune in. Yeah. Like I said, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up.
Now you've had more challenges than I've had with people. I've never had anybody in my here, so haven't had that.
Okay. Well.
I haven't had a house of prostitution that I knew of.
Okay. Have you had anybody get shot in one of your
Oh yeah,
places?
shot and killed.
Okay. See, these are all coming attractions. You are getting a glimpse into.
Buy the book.
You buy the book. Some of these are in the book.
The good ones are in the
is-
book.
No, actually, I got some really good ones that
Better?
are in the book. Oh yeah, I got.
Better?
Oh yeah, I got some really good ones.
Is that the, oh, that's the new.
New
It's a new
ones.
book.
Coming attractions.
It's a new book. When I find a publisher,
Volume 2.
Volume 2, when I get a publishing deal, and they want to give me a royalty up front to write the next book, and I'll write the next book. But yeah, this is what's going to be coming in the weeks to come. So
Got it.
you have that to look forward to.
Oh,
Yeah.
where are we at with our time? I'm gonna have my head if I'm late.
5 minutes to 5.
Okay.
Do we want to? So technically, we could.
Well, we're going to add to this segment anyway, right? So
We're gonna right. We've got another half of this that we can go
Yeah,
through and
yeah.
do this. So this would be as good a place to stop now.
So yeah, let's
Why
stop.
don't we stop it here?
Yeah.
This is good.
I don't
Great
have to
job.
study this, do
No,
I? Oh.
if you want to, you can. I'll leave it with
No,
you.
no, I'm gonna trust you with this.
Okay. And we've done like Tony and I now. We can sit and start. We've got 2 bits we can get.
That's
The
great.
thought process too is we'll finish this one.
Okay.
Now I know you're going to Florida to watch the
Phillies.
when March, right?
Yeah, middle of March.
Middle of March.
Nice.
Next week, do you have some
I'm
availability?
available next week, yeah.
Okay. What's availability? Do you need to get back to me on that?
Maybe next
Availability
Friday.
is pretty good, but in the afternoon. So I've got hand therapy Monday and Thursday morning.
Monday, Thursday.
So afternoon, I'm okay.
Okay.
Maybe a Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday.
Well, I know not to say morning to you.
Got that right. Not before 9.
Okay.
Or after 9:30.
I rolled out of bed one morning. It was like 9:15. I looked at the clock and I said to myself, "Wow, that's good work right there."
I know. That's like
What's your
me.
wife say about all this?
She's right next to me.
That's like
Okay.
that's like Gene and me. They make a doctor appointment. Can be at 8:30?
No.
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 How about 9? No.
No.
I'm retired. How about 2:30 in
Are
the
we
afternoon?
rolling tape?
So,
So I even ask code people, like when they ask, "What time do you want to do the inspection?" How about 10:30? I said, "Nah, that's too early." There's like silence on the other end. I said, "More like 11:30, 1." But I want to get
And you show up there with your Dunkin' Donuts coffee in hand?
No,
wiping the
no,
sleep
Red
out of your
Bull.
eyes?
Red Bull. But then I also tell them, but I've also got to leave by 2:30 because I don't want to get caught in afternoon traffic.
That's right.
You got somewhere to be.
And
Yeah,
it
home.
starts at 3.
Okay.
Home. Yeah, so my hours are like 11 to 2.
You don't even have banker's hours.
No. No, and I go to the bank between 11 to 2.
Okay.
that's great.
Yeah. So, okay.
All right.
Great job, guys. That's awesome.
Flexible
Great job.
week. Flexible week.
Yeah. When do you want to do it?
What are we talking?
Is it Thursday?
I
Thursday?
think Thursday is open.
Thursday?
Thursday afternoon?
Thursday at 1.
Thursday at 1?
That too early for you, Bob?
No. That,
Okay.
remember, 11 to 2.
You're hilarious.
11 to 2.
11 to 2 at your window.
11 to 2.
Well, you know, he originally set this for 1, and then he calls me in a panic.
Well-
I gotta move it to 3.
Yeah, no, Tony asked to change it. We acquiesced. So,
Thank you guys for being flexible.
No.
Thank you. Cool,
Good.
man. So Thursday at 1. All right,
Thursday at 1?
Yeah.
Man. Got it, man.
Thursday at 1. And
Text me, please.
I will. We'll pick this up right from here doing the same thing. And we can, if you want, you and I can get together earlier in the week
And edit.
and kind of edit some stuff that
Yep.
we have.
Cool.
Come up with a name for this thing and we can
Okay.
interject that in while
That'd be
they're
great.
here.
Cool.
We're off. We're doing it. We're started.
Good, man.
We're started. And the
Is he staying there the whole week?
no, I'll take him home. And
And
he'll come.
You put him in a car like that?
Yeah, I did. He
That'd
drove
be
down the
funny.
road. So
That'd
then,
be good.
and then we can. I'll change his hat and his face because it'll be a new part, and he could just be sitting there with his arms folded.
I don't need to find a brown balloon so his tan.
Brown. I go find a brown. I'll go to the store and get a brown balloon.
So his tan will change.
Okay.
Great job, guys. That was awesome.
All right.
Well, thanks for helping Bob out,
That was
Tony.
funny, man. That's funny.
We'll find out, won't we?
Oh, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, I gotta. After a while, you forget this stuff is on and we just start going, which is,
Hot mic on.
you forget, you just,
They're gonna call me Biden soon.
see, that's the thing. I want to try and stay away from political comments.
That's smart. Yeah, you don't want to.
We got to go through it. Anything political, take it out.
I agree. Yeah, you don't want to piss people off because
Like using God's name in vain, take that out. I don't want to offend anybody.
yeah, smart. Not smart.
As
Bob.
much as I'm politically incorrect as they come, trust me, I'm with you.